Rehan was only 10 when he started working at the local construction site. Not because he wanted to, but because life left him no choice. His father had passed away the previous winter, and his mother, sick and weary, couldn't afford to feed the family on her small stitching income. So Rehan picked up the burden, literally. Every day before the sun rose, he would wrap a thin cloth around his shoulder, step into worn-out slippers and carry bricks, one by one, under the blistering sun. He was smaller than the rest. Weaker, slower, but never bitter, never broken. As the older workers cursed the heat or joked to pass time, Rehan remained quiet, observant. He watched how they mixed cement, how they measured walls, how they read from the blueprints pinned to wooden stands. His eyes, though young, were sharp with silent questions. No one noticed, but he was studying. But every day he picked up torn newspapers left behind by workers and tried to decode the letters. The words made no sense at first, but day by day he began to recognize patterns. He started asking the tea vendor near the site to teach him the alphabet. In return, Rehan would sweep the shop. Within 2 years, he could read headlines. By 16, he was reading library books he borrowed by convincing a school guard to let him in after hours. Still working by day and learning by night, Rehan's life was far from easy. There were days he went to sleep without dinner, nights when he cried silently, thinking maybe this was all pointless. But the dream in his heart, a blurry, uncertain vision of something better, never faded. At 17, he applied for an entrance exam at a local polytechnic institute. When the examiner looked at his application, he raised his eyebrows and asked, "Where did you study?" Rehan simply replied, "At the site, on the streets, wherever I could." He didn't just pass, he topped the exam. 4 years later, Rehan walked across a graduation stage in a black cap and gown, holding a degree in civil engineering. Not many clapped, he had no family in the crowd, but Rehan didn't need applause. His journey had already given him more than any ovation could. Years passed, and Rehan returned to his village not as a laborer, but as a builder. He didn't build shopping centers or luxury apartments. He built schools, libraries, study centers, and most importantly, he hired young boys, just like he once was, not to carry bricks, but to carry hope. When asked by a reporter what inspired him to do all this, Rehan smiled and said, "Everyone talks about the weight of failure, but no one talks about the strength that failure builds inside you. I carried bricks, yes, but I was never just carrying bricks. I was carrying a future. I just didn't know it yet." We all carry burdens, some visible, some invisible. But sometimes the weight we carry is shaping us for a purpose we can't see yet. So if you're tired, if you feel stuck, if the road is heavy, don't quit. You're not just surviving, you're building.